Hi everyone, I am a psychology student in psychotherapy at master's level, and today I will be reacting to my second video of Dr. Phil. The first one was really excellent. He presented research very well and made it accessible to everyone that was listening. So I hope that this trend keeps going. Today's topic is divorce rates, in particular divorce rates between in couples that have particularly different ages that belong to different age groups. So I expect that he's going to present us research once again, except this time the couple that is, I suppose, asking the question is on stage with him. So although Dr. Phil will not be providing therapy because therapy requires, first of all, anonymity, I still expect him to address the couple directly and to talk as a psychologist, talk as a therapist, although this is not technically therapy. So so we're getting very little context on how the couple ended up on stage, but I'm gonna make some assumptions. So Dr. Phil is presenting general research on the topic of marriage and divorce, and he's showing us the probabilities of divorce for first marriage, second marriage, third marriage. And now this man is talking back to Phil, Dr. Phil, and he's saying that he's talking about his business and how he intends to keep going even though he fails, he's always gonna keep trying. So this makes me wonder, what did the couple or what did this man ask Dr. Phil to talk about? Because so far I'm getting the idea that Dr. Phil is gonna be trying to convince them that this is a bad idea or that this is unlikely to work. But this man in the couple so far is giving me the idea that he's there with optimism and that he really wants to try. So there is a little bit of an incongruence so far between what I can deduct that the couple went on stage to talk to Dr. Phil with, their mindset, which I imagine was to get help, and Dr. Phil who decided to be more pessimistic and just present them with research that indicates that their couple is unlikely to work out. So we've only just started the video, but so far I'm a little bit confused with what Dr. Phil is trying to do in relation to what the couple came here for. So let's keep watching and see if we get more answers.
Well, let's look at the other risk factors here, because there are also statistics on the likelihood of divorce.
So we just got 5 more seconds, but this seems to indicate I was correct in my assumptions. So Dr. Phil apparently did not directly answer this man and address his concerns or his feelings or what he expressed. And instead he doubles down on the pessimistic research that indicates that this man is wrong, so to speak. So this is a little bit confusing because it's hard to understand why a therapist or a psychologist would address a couple coming to them this way. This is not something that any therapist would do, to have someone come to them and come for help and express their optimism and their willingness to make it work, and you just bombard them with information from research telling them that it's not going to work even though they want it to work. So this is still a little bit strange, and I don't quite understand what's the goal here, but we're gonna keep watching once again. So this just keeps going, and it's a little bit upsetting to watch because you have this couple on stage that, and now we saw the woman, and although she just laughed, but I have to make the assumption that she's in love with this man, just like he probably is with her. And so we have this couple that is defending their right to be together and to try to make it work. And we still have, on the other hand, Dr. Phil that's really trying to convince them that this is wrong. And the public is kind of laughing at them. And when he admitted that we have 29 years difference in our couple, that was presented as if it was a shock and we were supposed to find this funny or strange. So this is definitely a weird vibe, and it's not exactly the kind of thing that you would expect from a psychologist or a therapist to tell a couple that comes to them. The other thing that really comes to mind is that so far we've been presented with statistics that discuss probabilities regarding the age difference between the couple. And so we saw, and I'm gonna go back to it so that we can read it together. So we see that at 10 years we have approximately 40% more chance of divorce, and then we have 20 years and 30 years. Okay. So I'm sure that this research is correct, and I'm certainly not accusing them of making up these numbers. Only my remark would be that this is one criteria. So the difference in age between two people is one criteria that dictates the likelihood of the success in their relationship. We probably have about like 10 or a dozen major criteria between the individual people that make up the relationship and their mode of functioning in their relationship, their communication, the way that they feel about each other, etc. So Dr. Phil is presenting us with one out of approximately, I would say, a dozen criteria or variables that can significantly, in terms of statistics, predict or at least give us a certain idea of how likely a relationship is likely to work out. And my question, if I was on stage with Dr. Phil, would be, okay, so we see the statistics for their age difference and it doesn't look very good. Okay, so can you present us with the research on all the other variables that come at play? Like, for example, what about the fact that they are attracted to each other? How does that work? Can you show me how much more likely they are to work out if they like each other? How much more likely are they to work out if they have similar personality types? How likely are they to work out if they have similar attachment styles? Or if how their schemas are similar or more easily compatible with each other? How likely is their relationship to work out based on their core beliefs or on their beliefs in politics or religion or spirituality? So we have all of these variables, and this is just what comes to mind right now to me, and I'm forgetting many others. We have all these variables that have significant statistical impact on a relationship. Just like the age difference is perfectly valid to examine and to discuss, and we have many other variables that are just as valid and relevant to discuss, and we are ignoring those because I think the goal in this production from the Dr. Phil show is to make this look bad, is to make this couple look bad and to mock them, and definitely not to help them so far. So we're gonna keep going, but I really hope that at one point we kind of take a break from bombarding them with pessimistic numbers, and we get a little bit more of a discussion of who they are as a couple and how we can actually help them. So let's see if we get this or if we keep going into the pessimistic route of making fun of the couple that came to us. This is really this is awful to watch. So a relationship and getting into new relationships is not like buying the same car over and over again. The analogy just it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. This is a new relationship. These are two people. It's not like he's trying to repeat the relationship that he had with his first marriage. So this has nothing to do with it. It's just an attempt at ridiculing this couple and mocking them, and we have the public that's laughing. So I just feel bad for these people, and this is what my hypothesis was. We have a couple, they're both, so we at first we only had the man talking, and I made the assumption that the woman was also happy in the relationship. And so we got the confirmation. These are two people that love each other, and they want to make it work, and she just used the word optimistic. And so they come with optimism and wanting to make it work, and the psychologist whose job is to help people that come to them, he is making fun of them on TV to make everyone laugh and make millions of people laugh. So this is horrible. Let's see how it ends. Okay, so we're done with the video, and this was awful from beginning to end. So we get to the part where Dr. Phil shows them, well, this is what you're gonna look like when you'll be older. So yeah, that's what they're gonna look like when they'll be older, and that's what I'm gonna look like when I'm older, and that's what everyone's gonna look like when they're older. And they're both adults, and I'm sure that they have thought about this before, and that they're aware that people age and become older. It's not new, it's not relevant information, it's not helping them, it's not presented in a way that can be helpful to anyone. So this, in conclusion, this video was absolutely horrible. It's what I was fearing when I started to look through his channel. This was not anywhere close to what you would want a psychologist or therapist to present on TV. This was just awful. You have a couple that comes to you presumably to ask for help and guidance, and your entire mission as a psychologist is apparently to make fun of them and destroy their optimism and make everyone laugh at them. This is it's not only awful, I think it's highly unethical, and I think it's quite unacceptable, really. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.